welcome back. Long time no see. Today is currently January 25th, 2024. This is our first video in the new year. I had to take a little break from YouTube because I didn't necessarily have too much on my plate, but I felt like I had too much of them on my plate and I didn't. And that was a problem because I didn't have that many things to do, but it felt like it was a lot of things to do. After a few months of something being wrong, but me not being able to detect what was wrong, I finally figured it out, and it was my sleep schedule. That was messing everything up. Sleep is a lot more important than... Why is it smoking from the outside? Sleep's a lot more important than I was considering it. And because rest didn't feel productive, I wasn't allowing myself to. So even if I finished getting things done that I needed to get done by 6, 7 p.m., I would sit on my phone or watch TV or do all of these things that aren't necessarily benefiting my life in the way that they should be. Like, they can be benefits and rewards, but I wasn't treating it that way. I was using it as a way to procrastinate from doing the things that I needed to do. So after a few months of that going on, I finally made it a priority to fix that just to see if that would change anything. I got back from Dallas where I was waking up at 11 p.m., 12 p.m. even some days, and got on a sleeping schedule where I go to sleep around 9:30, 10, and I wake up at 5:30. And I've been so much more productive. I'm getting so much more done. I feel more rewarded. I feel better about myself. There's so many things that I want to do that the waking up at 12 p.m. midday was giving me no time left during my day to do the things that I wanted to do. I only had a certain time slot for X amount of things, and even then I was staying up until 1, 2, 3 a.m. It's only been like a week and a half that I've been back from my trip to Texas, which was only supposed to be a few days, and it ended up being like 3 weeks. Once again, what's new? Nothing. But I can't do any long trips to Texas anymore, and I really need to focus on my routine and having a good sleep schedule because that's what's going to get me to where I want to be this year. So this video is the start. I have always struggled with a work-life balance because my job is social media. Like, my work is on my phone, on my laptop, which I'm also using for a lot of other things too. So it's kind of hard sometimes to dissociate like real life and social media. It's really all just meshed together for me. So my biggest goal in 2024 is to really develop that work-life balance, which I feel like I'm already doing a lot better now. 2023 was my year, but 2024 is my bitch. This is not a game. This is my literal life. So what do I look like not giving it my all and like not showing up as the best I can every day? Oh my gosh, I'm doing the 75 hard challenge again, which is 5 rolls every day. First one's the easiest, take a progress pic, then do 2 workouts every single day. One has to be outside, one's inside. They have to be 45 minutes minimum. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, pick a diet and stick to it, and drink a gallon of water. I did it last year actually. I vlogged every single day on TikTok, which a lot of y'all probably saw, but if not, it will be in the description if you want to watch my journey. But I learned so much from it, and then I finished, and it was my 21st birthday right after that. I very quickly learned how easy it is to develop a drinking habit, especially as a 21-year-old, and the effects of that. I did not feel like myself at all. Oh, also one of the rules for the challenge is no alcohol. I think I mostly started 75 hard because of that rule, knowing that I can't drink and I need to find alternatives because I was aware that I was going a little bit too far. And when I say too far, I was drinking like every weekend. So I'm not saying it like I was going too far and I was drinking every single day, but I've been asking myself what would Dream Reagan do a lot, and Dream Me wouldn't be just drinking to drink. Dream Me wouldn't casually be drinking. Dream Me would drink as a celebration after putting my heart into something and working hard. So it wasn't really fair to myself or my body to let myself get so far off track and to get reeled into drinking and going out as often as I was. I need to find a balance. This time around, I'm not only relearning some of the things that I apparently have forgotten since I fell off track, but I'm also finding a balance between letting myself have rest when my body needs it and getting a bunch of things done that I want to get done, you know? A lot of it's a time management issue. I spend a lot of time scrolling on my phone. I'll post a video on TikTok and then I will spend 2 hours commenting back to all the comments when I could just do that like once every single night or once every single morning, or whenever I have free time throughout the day after I finish the things that I need to do. Current next few weeks, I really want to focus on doing things more intentionally when it comes to keeping my apartment clean, staying on top of my sleep schedule, getting content out consistently on both YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and really just taking that step forward that I've been wanting to take for so long, but wasn't at the mental state to be at. I'm there now. And it took a few months, yes, but everything happens for a reason. But also, I haven't given myself true good rest when my body asks for it or my body needs it in years, since I was a kid. I've always pushed my body's limits. I've always like gone against it, and it's the little things that make a difference. That's why right now I'm cooking dinner at 7 p.m. and then we're gonna take off our makeup. We're gonna make a sleepy girl mocktail, which I've been obsessed with. I literally drink one every single night. It's so good. Read our night devotional and really just like wind down, have some chill time, have some rest. I'm cooking dinner tonight instead of ordering. I've been trying to cut that habit out. Little pasta tip, always freshly grate your cheese rather than using shredded cheese. It just melts so much better and it overall tastes better. I like to call myself a pasta connoisseur. Other people may disagree. Also, I already have an open pasta sauce, so I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna treat myself for getting ready for bed so early. This is the earliest that I've gotten ready for bed so far. 3-cheese pasta sauce. This is my favorite pasta sauce, and it's from Target. I feel like I was just going through the motions the last few months, and now I'm finally living again. In terms of my love life, in case anyone's wondering, dead, gone, not there. But my relationship with myself is really, really good right now, and I feel really in tune with my body and who I am as a person and my values and my core beliefs. I spent so much of my life struggling with my identity and like who I am, what do I like, what are my hobbies, but those questions are answered through actions, not by some random sign, not by what other people tell you that you are or how they perceive you, because everyone's perception is different too. It is by what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel good about yourself. Those are the things that matter, and those are the things that define who you are. That's overall just something that's helped me find the right path for where I needed to go in this next chapter, new chapter of my life, especially because I'm about to move to Texas and I don't want to come to Texas with all these problems. Yes, it's a part of life. Like, shit just happens. Sometimes you can't do anything about it. But for the things that I can control, you bet your ass I'm going to control it. If I have a choice, I'm choosing what's best for me. And I feel like sometimes we don't choose what's best for us. We choose what we think we need. But if y'all listen to your bodies and you listen to yourself, you will start realizing that a lot of the time that you're doing something or you're around people or you feel like something's off, your body will tell you. You really do have to trust your mind and your heart, because you know you better than anyone. So take this as your sign to trust yourself more. You will build a great relationship with yourself just by 1, disciplining yourself, and 2, trusting yourself. Like having faith in the things that you can't see. That's the whole reason for faith. When I started answering the question more of what do I want, things started working out for me. It's actually crazy. My relationship with myself grew from coming out of a relationship. Is actually my first ever relationship and my only relationship. I won't talk too much about it because I prefer to just like leave the past in the past. I've talked about it before. I'm honestly not proud that I've talked about it before, because I feel like it's always better to be the bigger person, even when you're done wrong. Like, karma will do its thing. You do not need to be karma. And also, stooping to someone else's level will never get you higher than that level. The whole time you're mad at someone for doing XYZ to you, and then you're gonna go do it and think that you're any better of a person. That's not how it works. What I will talk about that I haven't talked about before on social media is the situation that I was in. I was low-key aware of what was happening. I had speculation that I was being done dirty, and that there was things going on behind my back. And of course I was told no, that wasn't happening, whatever. But because I didn't trust myself in my own eyes, I mean, there was things that I even saw that I was like, it's right there. Like, what do you mean? I chose to ignore because I didn't love myself enough to walk away from a situation. I thought that if I wasn't in that relationship, that I would no longer be loved. It was one of the hardest things that I had done to get out of that situation, because it was my first love, but because I wasn't secure within the relationship with myself, I could not only not get out of that situation, but I also was driving a wedge between the relationship with myself. I've said it once and I'll say it again, and I'm sure y'all have heard it. You cannot be in a relationship with someone before you have a relationship with yourself. If you don't know your hobbies and who you want to be and your beliefs and your goals and all of these other things, how are you supposed to build with another person? Because that's, in my opinion, what a relationship should be about. The first things that I started doing that helped me grow my relationship with myself was going to the gym, disciplining myself to be in the gym, which means going to the gym when I didn't want to go, when I didn't feel like going, when it was boring, when I wasn't motivated. You don't do shit just because you're motivated. If you do shit just because you're motivated, you will lose motivation and you will lose whatever you were doing because of that motivation. They come hand in hand. But if you do things because of discipline rather than motivation, you force yourself to go do something that you really don't want to do. Because it's not a matter of wanting to do something more than someone else wants to do something. Maybe sometimes when you have a little bit of motivation that day, but most of the time, like all these professionals that you see and people who like have their shit together, no one said that they enjoy doing what they're doing. Just because they're doing it does not mean they necessarily enjoy it. They probably enjoy the benefits of it, but every everyone has a time where they don't feel like going to the gym, or they're too tired for the gym, or it's the last thing that they want to do. Not even just gym, I'm just using that as an example. Disciplining in other ways as well. I'll read every single day, at least 10 pages. I drink a gallon of water every day. On top of that, little things. There's things that I could work on too, discipline-wise. Though I've made so much progress, I think it's important that we're self-aware and we recognize when there's things that need some leveling up to do or more changes, you know? If you say, like, I have a goal of starting to go to the gym, and then you start going to the gym consistently, you're disciplining yourself and you're doing it for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, but you're not pushing yourself in your workouts. I look scary, but you aren't going to be able to see the improvements as you would be if you're reaching for the goal of getting 1% better every day, making small improvements that make even bigger changes. The small things matter just as much as the big things. That's why laundry will pile up if you don't stay on top of it throughout the week. Not reaching protein goals in the gym, you're going to be missing out on a bunch of gains. Little things like that, they make big differences. No matter what point you get at, there's always improving to do. That's the fun part about life. There's always going to be things that you can fix and do better. No matter how far you make it, no matter how good you are, remember that this is a journey. This is not a before and after. There will always be more to do. So you can't have this all or nothing mindset. There's always going to be something. It's about how you push through and do it anyways, regardless of not wanting to do it or feeling like it. That matters. People ask me how I stay disciplined by reminding myself of the benefits. If I'm not motivated, some things that I do is go over my goals. That'll discipline me to go. I think the first step to being disciplined is figuring out, what do you want to be disciplined in? What are the things that you want to do? Make a list. It doesn't even have to be like this well thought out list. Make a list of dream you. It can be so basic and like not explanatory at all, but as long as you have a somewhat idea of dream you, take that list and through everything that you do moving forward from creating that list, ask yourself, would dream me do this? What would dream me do? How would dream me react, respond? Would dream me go to the gym even whenever she's not feeling like going? Would dream me take off her makeup before bed even though she doesn't feel like it? A lot of habits that need discipline are habits that we don't see results of right away, and so it can be discouraging. It can also be hard for us to keep motivation, and that's why you don't keep motivation. You keep discipline. Like, you're not going to see any immediate effects from working out after a week or two, but in a month you'll already start seeing changes, and then in 3 months bigger changes, and then in 6 months you have a whole entire new body. You're a whole new person. When you put sunscreen on during the day to protect your skin from the UV rays, which prevents wrinkles, you're probably not seeing results right away. Actually, you're not seeing results right away, but when you're 40 and you don't have as many wrinkles as everyone else, people will know that you used your damn sunscreen, even on the days you didn't feel like it, because you're doing it for future you. The decisions you make right now will affect you in the future, but you can't predict what happens in the future, so focus on what you're doing right now so that it can align with what you want for your future self. When I did my reset going into the new year, one of the main things that I did was delete a lot of things on my phone, as well as download new apps that would be beneficial towards me. 2024 is really the year of being the best version of ourselves. One of the apps that I found is called Yoda. It's a secure platform that not only has to do with horoscopes, but also just overall questions about your life, like your love life, your social life, self-improvement, family, job, self-care. I downloaded it and I asked a pretty broad question, but the answer felt so personal, especially because the answer that I got came from an astrologist. Yoda has 200 plus professional astrologists on their team. On their app, if you don't know what to ask, they already have a column where you can see ideas of questions to ask, from love and marriage to wealth and fortune to parents and children, and the list goes on. It just gives you a bunch of questions, some specific, some general. I actually have a promo code that y'all can use as well. It's Reagan77. It'll be right here on the screen. And after using my code, I got a free question, which y'all will as well if y'all use my code. I asked, what is my life purpose? They said the alignment of these planets suggests that your life's purpose revolves around caring for people and contributing to the nurturing of a new generation of mindful individuals. Additionally, your purpose involves sharing your knowledge and inspiring others through your personal and spiritual growth journey. Is that not crazy? The current influence of Venus reveals that deep within, your aspiration is to bring happiness to everyone, driven by creativity and excitement. By staying true to your authentic self and embracing the positive energies around you, you are destined to make significant strides towards a purposeful and meaningful life. I love that. Like, that's crazy because I do social media, and that is literally the content that I make. Is literally self-growth, like self-love. We all have the bigger goal of just being a better person or being the best version of ourselves day by day. On the app, you can also see the team of astrologers, which is quite a bit. They have like 200 professional astrologists that are able to answer your questions 24/7. Vedic astrology is a time-honored thing, and its connection with astrological data is what makes the app perfect to get answers for, because it's using your personal chart and it's not doing it from a general point of view. All of the questions are paid, but the app gives gives you an option if you are one of my subscribers to get 1 free question as long as you use my code. This is a limited time offer, but I think that's really fun that y'all get to try it out based on if you watched this video. So for anyone who wants to get more detailed recommendations for their situation, it's definitely better to purchase a subscription because it has advanced features. This app is perfect for better learning how to understand yourself, better your relationships with friends and family and loved ones. It's inspiring, it's motivating, it has daily quotes, and overall I think it just increases your mindfulness and awareness in general, which are all things that are great to bring into 2024, the new year. Use my promo code, which is right here on the screen, to get an answer for an extra question. Simply just drop the promo code in the chat and then it will be activated and you will be able to ask your question. With that being said, Yoda is the perfect app to use this year if you're looking for overall self-improvement and self-growth in various aspects of your life. So make sure that you use my promo code, which is right here, to get a free answer for any question. Simply just drop the promo code in the app and it will activate the promo code so that you can use it. And yeah, with that being said, let's get back in the video. I kind of feel like I accidentally made a lot more pasta than I meant to. Oh my gosh, I did. Holy shit, Reagan. The whole damn pot. I can't eat and talk at the same time. It will frustrate me very badly, especially because I'm hungry. So we're gonna watch some Gossip Girl. That's been my show right now, but I'm on season 4, episode 20 something, so I'm almost done. I also have a little bit of my second half gallon to drink. I really don't have that much left given the fact that it's 7:30, but I usually do finish my gallon by like 3 p.m. So we are running a little bit behind, but not enough to be worried. I've been washing laundry all day. I actually turned off the laundry machines even though they were washing laundry because they were so loud that y'all would not have been able to hear me, and I really wanted to film this video. So instead of doing my laundry tonight because it's not finished yet, we're gonna do it tomorrow, which y'all will not see but TikTok will see. Also, I think a very encouraging mindset to have is everything happens for a reason. I say that all the time throughout the day. Anytime anything goes wrong, instead of my immediate reaction being frustration or sadness or anger, it is always everything happens for a reason. Say it out loud, start believing it, because everything happens for a fucking reason. You can only control what you can control, which is how you react and what you do based on a situation. But if you can't control the situation, don't sit on it because you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. It's actually so funny. My ex used to tell me that all the time. Control what you can control, and did. But it is a really simple and important mindset to be in, especially if you're looking to be more productive and having eventful, busy days. It's really easy to let a small loss feel like a big loss when you're not looking at the bigger picture. And whenever you're striving to be your dream version of yourself, it's also important to care more about the journey than to care about the destination. It's not about where you get, but what it took to get there. So when people ask me, how do I stay disciplined? Even though I don't want to do something, I'm having the time of my life getting it done because it is a part of the journey. If you are doing something out of your comfort zone, like going to the gym or going on a diet or starting to read the Bible, I'm listing off things that I do or that I can relate to just because it's easier. But if you are pursuing something that's going to make positive changes in your life, focus on the task at hand rather than the future. That is the best advice that I could give anyone. I'm gonna stop myself right there because I will talk for the next 2 hours, in case anyone was wondering. This is Susan, Susie for short. I thought Susie was fitting, but Susan's like woman. Susie's like fun and playful. Susan gets down to business. The key to loving yourself is disciplining yourself. That was where I found it. Everyone's self-love journey is different. Like, it started with me disciplining myself to not talk to someone that was bad for me, but I had love for. And then after that, I started the 75 hard challenge and followed those 5 rules for 2.5 months. And like, as you learn to discipline yourself in one thing, you keep pushing yourself to do better and better and better out of love for yourself, because you deserve pouring that love into yourself, and you can't pour from an empty cup. I don't know why or how this became a self-love talk. That was not where this was going at all. I wasn't planning on talking about any of this stuff at all, actually, but there will always be someone that needs to hear that. So if you are one of those people, I know it seems impossible. It was impossible for me at some point too. I didn't even know what it like meant to love yourself. Like, what do you mean, do I love myself? Yeah, I love myself, but like, I didn't really love myself. If you asked me how, I could not tell you or even begin to think of what to say. It is hard sometimes, and a lot more people struggle with that. Most people struggle with that. It is not just a problem you face. It is something you can learn. You don't have to just have self-love. You can learn it, and you can also learn how to be disciplined, and you can also learn how to create habits. All of these things are possible. You just have to start, literally. Make that damn dream girl list and get ready for this journey, because you and I are about to level up together. I'm telling y'all, we are in this life thing together. Like, the whole point of my content and the purpose of it in my mind is to literally just try to be the best version of myself and to document it. I want to learn like everything. There's so many things that I want to learn. Like, I'm like, why am I about to cry? What's going going on? I must be ovulating. See, I'm not eating my pasta. You see what I'm doing? I also smoked, and I get really talkative when I smoke sometimes. I want to learn French. I did it in high school for 2 years, but I want to learn it fluently. I also want to learn Spanish. I want to be at a better level at the piano. Like, I want to do really good on the piano. I've played for 8 years, but I haven't practiced consistently since high school, so I'm super rusty. I'll show y'all a little bit right now. I want to live in New York at some point. I'm gonna live in Dallas really soon after living in LA for 3 years. I'm like looking off to the distance. I've never been out of the country. I want to be out of the country. I want to travel more. I want to take cooking classes and I want to be a chef. Like, I don't want to just like cook. Like, I want to cook. I want to be serving lobster for my family when I cook them dinner. Like, I'm smiling right now, literally thinking about dream me. Not in a toxic way, like, I love who I am now and I'm loving the journey. Everything that I just said before, like, I said it because I'm living it. I didn't just give out random advice. Like, I said it because it's true, because I did it, and I have friends who've done it too. I've also had friends who haven't done it. It's possible, you know? It's just a journey, and like, you gotta be willing to go on it instead of just putting it off, which I did for such a long time in my life. Where am I going with this? That poor pasta getting cold. Every time I do YouTube, I get reminded as to why I love YouTube. Every time I pull out my camera and vlog and just set it up and I don't even plan out a video, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I don't know, let's just start with a clip, which is what I did for this video. I didn't have any idea what this video was gonna be. Now it's something though. I'm sure there's a thumbnail, there's a title. Where am I going with that? It's just my place to be me, and like, it's take it or you leave it, because it's a life. It's social media, but I'm coming on here as me instead of putting up a facade. I feel like sometimes we try to be someone that we're not, or we are someone that we're not, or we act like someone that we're not because we're kind of nervous to experience what it feels like to like fully be you. We're scared of embarrassment. Editing Reagan's gonna have to take the lead on this because I'm like spitting and then it's gone mid-sentence. I need to eat this damn pasta and watch my damn Gossip Girl.
What I was trying to say is, either you're embarrassed by what that might entail, or you don't know how to get started. It starts with what you're doing day by day. That is what decides who you are, what you do. So the whole reason that I say think in the mindset of what would dream me do, it's so that way presently you're working actively towards that goal of being this dream version of yourself, because actions say a lot more than words. You saying you want to do something is very different than you doing something.
I'm at the point in my life where I also have always been hopeless romantic, which is like, not cringe to say, but cringe to say, but not cringe to say. Like, I've always wanted a relationship. Even when I got one, I wanted a relationship. Not the time for jokes. But where I'm at in my life, I'm like, I don't even want to be with someone until and I know I can't control it, and with this being said, if I met someone organically and we hit it off, I'd be open to like getting in a relationship, yes, but my focus right now is on doing what I love rather than figuring out someone to love, because I want to be, as far as I can control, at a certain level of my life that I'm not at right now before I'm in a relationship with someone, because I want to be able to be a certain person for someone as well. And because I love myself, I've become a lot more self-aware. I need to eat this damn pasta. How many times have I said that since we cooked the damn thing? My Mimi always nudges me on TikTok. And then her sending me, damn it, you can't see it. I gotta screenshot it and put it in like right here. Her sending me a laughing face afterwards. Yeah, not living enough. I feel so cute and girly right now. It's almost 8 p.m. When I quit vaping, I had really bad brain fog. And whenever I was having brain fog, like, I would lay in bed on my phone for like 4 hours and like bed rot, and then go to the gym and work out, and then sit on my phone for 4 hours and bed rot, and then go do something else. Like, I felt like a zombie, literally. Not in a like weird way, like not in a scary way, but I just felt like not fully there. I felt so disconnected. I feel like I grew really insecure. Like, it's a little hard for me to be vulnerable. Why? This is not funny. I got really insecure for whatever reason, I don't know. And I definitely wasn't pouring a lot of love into myself. Like, I was happy, the smile just like hindered a bit. I don't know. Something was going on and I may never know. But I do think that it had to do with me quitting vaping. And a lot of my partying and going out and drinking instead of prioritizing, because I'm not saying that any of those things are bad or wrong to do, which I have never said. I used to get comments saying that I hate people that party and drink and then like I'm a hypocrite. Like, no, I don't. It's perfectly fine to like party and have fun and have a good time. It's just the fact that I wasn't prioritizing the things that needed to be done over the things that I wanted to do. But I even wanted to do the things that needed to be done, so I was dealt with this overall frustration. This poor pasta. Basically, we're growing and glowing this year together. This is so damn good. Oh my god, it's still warm. What a life. If everything is dipped in gold.
You don't think your family's gonna be upset, do you?
It's currently 9:30 p.m. I laid in bed a little bit longer than we were planning, but I get the same amount of tired at 9 p.m. as I used to get at like 1 a.m. now that my sleep schedule is all fixed up. Also, the number one thing that I did to fix my sleep schedule is make a Sleepy Girl mocktail one night. I was having trouble sleeping for a little bit. Like, I could not fall asleep at a decent time, and I wanted to go to bed early so bad, but it was just not happening. So whenever I got back from Texas, I made this thing called a Sleepy Girl mocktail, and we're gonna make one. It's awesome. It's so simple to make, and I will make it all aesthetic for y'all, because I love y'all. I get so excited for this part of my night routine. 9:40? What? I have like 30 minutes left of this episode. We're gonna watch 15 minutes. I wanted to say 20, but we should shoot on the lower side. I need to wash off my makeup, brush my teeth, and get my ass to sleep. Staying disciplined. Let's have a little snack before we brush our teeth. Wine-infused salami. It's so good. It's cheese, salami, crackers. It's so good. I want to try to make a charcuterie board. Coming soon.
You shouldn't be here.
Imagine what being a princess is like. I mean, that's crazy. For skincare, we're gonna keep it really simple. Face wash and moisturizer. I have pretty sensitive skin, so I can't use a lot of products. All of Tatcha's skincare, so good.
Alarm set for 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. Second alarm set for 6 a.m. tomorrow. Third alarm set for 5:50 a.m. tomorrow. Fourth alarm set for 6:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Look, it's not a habit yet. We're building it.